Well, I'm here in the greenhouse with Chief of Operations Arna Risan and Development Leader Tove Istad, where we're going to be looking at some heat capture technology. Tove, it is very hot here.
It's very hot. And the surplus energy, we put it in the ground in the summer when it's hot. And in the winter, we take it out again to get the houses for us hot and good in the winter.
Okay, so the heat here is circular.
It's circular, it's going around in some pipes, going down to the ground, and the energy is collected in the ground.
Hot. And is it helping to grow these tomatoes also all year?
Yes, because we are regulating the temperature. We do not need to open the roof to let the heat out because we collect the heat. So this house gives us about 1 million kilowatt hours a year.
Do you want to go look at some animals?
Yes, I will.
Some little ones.
Yeah, little ones.
All right. So this is a special project for Agritech Nordic because we helped start this insect lab together with T-Lab and Nord University and, of course, Mære Agricultural School. And insects are a big part of the solution, I think, to making a circular economy. They're able to use other feed resources that other animals can't. And then you can feed them to salmon who eat it in the wild, and also perhaps cows and pigs and chickens. So they could replace some of the feed that we currently import from places like South America, which would obviously benefit the climate and hopefully also the farmers. So what is also cool about these mealworms is when they shed their skin and poop, that can actually be used as a super fertilizer. And the company that helped us put up this demo lab also made a gardening product from that, which was awarded Gardening Product of the Year last year. So congratulations to Invertapro on that. So here you have some panels, Tove.
Yes, we have 3. Soon it will be 4 roofs that have solar panels on the top. And we are producing nearly 100,000 kilowatt hours.
A lot of these projects has to do with sustainability and carbon emission. Why is it you focus so much on that?
Our goal is to reach zero emission farm. We try our best to reduce climate emissions the most we can, to show the pupils, to show the farmers how to do it.
Okay, so why are we in the dirt, Tove?
Because we should look at the power of the nature. This is photosynthesis, and you can see that the plants, this is rye growing up, and it's a miracle every spring. Technology and biology should work together. It's important. Agricultural technology, agritech, should work to improve the photosynthesis.
Yeah, but nothing works without the photosynthesis.
Nothing.
Well, I was wondering if you had anything to say about the way we are using agricultural technology today. Nothing? Yes, I agree. Now let's go inside the barn. Okay, Tove, so where are we now?
This is the fjøs.
What kind of cows are these?
This is Norwegian red cattle, and they are part of a breeding project.
And what is the purpose of that breeding project?
It's Geno, the Norwegian breeding organization for the farmers. They are going to select cows that are milking good but has very low emissions.
But there's also some technology here. Can we go look at that?
Yes, we go and see on the green feeder.
The green feeder. So we are standing in front of the green feeder. What is the green feeder?
The green feeder is measuring the methane production from the cow. The cow goes inside and the system is measuring how much methane that is going out. And we can see that there is difference between the cows, how much is going out. And now Geno, the breeding company, is going to select the cows that are giving less methane. So we get cows that gives less methane to the earth.
Well, now I've gotten to see some animals and some of the technology they use to limit the greenhouse gases here at Mære. Now I want to see some big machines. And for that, we have to go to Fannrem and Orkel. Let's go. I'm standing here in Fannrem, outside Orkel, with Gjermund Kambestad, Director of Development for Orkel, and Paul Oppland, Sales and Product Manager for Orkel Direct. And today we're going to look at some agricultural machinery. Let's go. Okay, so I see a wide selection of machines here. What do these machines do?
Behind us we have some round balers for the Norwegian market. So the main focus of Orkel Direct and the Norwegian market is mainly balers, but also equipment for hay and forage. So we can take a look. Also, I would like to show you a brand new product, which is the air rake. It's a new pickup rake for increased fodder quality.
Okay, let's go. Okay, so what is this?
Well, this is a pickup rake for making swap out of the grass. So with this machine, you do not have to drive in the fodder again. So compared to the rotary rake, this rake would pick the grass directly up from the ground, and then we have a conveyor at the rear gathering the grass into a spot on either the left or right hand side.
And what does this offer in terms of efficiency for the farmer compared to other rakes or tools?
Well, the main value of the machine is of course the increased fodder quality, because the risk of getting dirt or anything like that into the fodder is heavily decreased. And also when it comes to capacity, I would say well, you can drive up to actually 20 kilometers an hour with this machine. So the capacity is actually greater than you would have on a normal rotor rake.
Can we look at some of the warning signs? I felt.
Warning signs.
Yes.
Okay. Those are more or less standard on any machine. But while we are standing in the front of the machine, we can see some hydraulic rams and things like that. So the machine has a hydraulic suspension. So you can adjust, the weight on the machine towards the ground to make it move as gentle as possible.
So this machine does quite a similar operation to the rotary rakes.
The rotary rake, yeah, the same operation, but this is the modern way of doing it. This is the old way of doing it.
And what is more modern about it?
With this machine, we are picking the grass from the ground and laying it in the air swat. But with the rotary rake, you are dragging you're dragging the fodder on the ground together.
Do you pick up dirt and other things?
Yeah, the risk is much higher for picking up dirt.
So I'm getting this one.
Yeah. That's the one to buy. Yeah. That's for sure. Yeah, that's the future.
What is this?
Come, let's have a look.
Okay, so Gjermund, these are compactors.
Yes, these are compactors. They are big round balers, but in difference to traditional round balers, these ones can bale a lot of different materials.
Not just grass.
No, not just grass, maize, very fine corn, sawdust, saw chips, and waste and plastics as well.
Why should I use this machine exactly?
Well, for example, for the best forage uptake for the cow, the grass should be very fine chopped. The shorter, the better. And in order to make bales out of very short grass, you need one of these. And if you do that, you get very high forage quality and a good uptake of the nutritions for the cow, and you also have very good bales that keep the forage quality and conserve it very well.
And just with the machine, the grass comes in here, and then
Yeah, well, this when you use this, you tip down the feed table, and you dump the grass into there. The grass is transported through the machine and up to the top here and into the chamber, which we can see here.
you have your own fat tank.
It's a fat tank, yes, for automatic lubrication of the bearings. Yes.
Okay, so it's not for the grass.
No, it's not. It's for the machine to keep it running very smoothly.
The grass goes through here.
It comes down into the chamber. If you see a circle of it's kind of a circle here, it's around the bale. So it's both belts that keep the small pieces of grass together and starts to compact it very quickly when you feed it in. And then it goes all the way to the edges, so you really compress it through towards the steel bars in here. And then And then the chamber opens and the bale comes rolling out here, and it's wrapped.
And it spins.
This one spins, yes, to wrap the bale.
Okay, so it works in a lot of different directions. It's like this way, and then.
Yes, it opens up and down, and it's spinning here, and it's a lot of moving parts, a lot. So but it's controlled. It's a control system we have developed in-house, which has a lot of fine-tuning in it.
I can see also that you have this digital technology.
Yeah. So here is a weight and to measure the weight of the bale, and all this information from the compactor is sent through the cloud with our telematics system. So you get updates on the phone when there is some alerts, and also you can monitor how fast things are going.
Okay, so you give the farmer also more data to be able to say something about his yield.
Yeah, we try to find the right data and to give that to the farmer. So in all this precision farming is more able to do the right decisions.
So Orkel is a big company, and especially a big agricultural company here in Norway. How is business going?
Well, this is a special year in many ways with the corona situation and everything. And also we had a quite big budget this year, because last year we built this new hall we are in, and we had big faith in a growth this year. But the funny thing is that it seems like we're reaching the high goals, even though it's been a special situation.
These compactors, how much of them are around in Norway?
Well, it's a handful in Norway. Almost like 99% are abroad.
Okay, abroad. And which countries do they go to?
Well, it's all over the world, 60 different countries, but the biggest customer is China.
Okay, so Norwegian agritech in China.
Yeah, it sounds very good, right?
Yeah.
And it's they like it in China.
I like that. I like that a lot. Thank you so much, Gjermund, for showing us all these incredible machines. It's really impressive what you've managed to do here.
Thank you. You're welcome. It's been a pleasure.
Now I'm standing here in beautiful Snåsa with a contraption behind me. I'm also here with Håkon Kalseth and Nikolai Kjenstad. Thank you for having us. Håkon, hva er det her for noe?
Det der det er en prototype på en vertikal vindmølle. Det som fordelen med en vertikal vindmølle at den tar imot vind uansett hvor det blåser fra, 360 grader.
Så ved å kunne utnytte vinden fra alle retninger, så klarer man å utnytte mer energi?
Ja, det gjør man. Uansett hvordan vinden snur, så vil mølla kunne produsere.
Hvordan fant dere ut at dette var noe dere skulle prøve dere på?
Det var litt ut ifra det at de store vindmøllene er litt kontroversielle miljømessig. Det vil si i forhold til fugler, lyd og visuelt. Derfor ville vi prøve å konstruere ei vindmølle som ikke stakk seg ut for mye i terrenget, ikke skapt lyd, og ha en relativt lav hastighet.
Denne vindmølla er jo vesentlig mindre enn det de store, mer industrielle vindmøllene er. Hva kan være fordelen for det i forhold til kostnader og så videre?
Fordelen samfunnsmessig er jo helt klar med at vi unngår de problemene som store vindmøller skaper. Dette er tenkt, altså den som står og går her, produserer 10-15 kilowatt. Så det er basert på bruk, på gårdsbruk, kanskje små industri og så videre. Og vi har også basert oss på at det skal være en såpass lønnsom investering at den skal være nedbetalt på 7-8 år.
Håkon, vi er jo kjent med sånne store innovasjonsprosjekter og spesielt energiutnytting, kanskje på Vestland eller i store byer eller i Silicon Valley. Hvordan er det å starte et så stort prosjekt som dette er da på Snåsa med 2000 innbyggere?
Vi har greid å bygge opp et veldig stort nettverk med veldig god kompetanse. Deriblant så har vi jo fått veldig god støtte fra Innovasjon Norge. Både med veldig god kompetanse og selvfølgelig gode støtteordninger. Og det har jo gjort at dette egentlig er mulig. Vi har jo brukt lokale entreprenører, og vi ser jo for eksempel det at mølla den er bygd av Steinkjer Mekaniske, og så har vi selvfølgelig fått Siemens med på laget, som står for det elektroniske, og så har vi VisionTech som programmerer for oss på software-siden.
Og Nikolai, dere klarer da altså å tiltrekke dere den kompetansen dere ikke har selv for å få fullført visjonen deres?
Selvfølgelig, vi var jo allerede i starten klar over at vi var nødt til å hente inn kompetanse eksternt. Og der har vi vært heldige med de partnerne vi har per i dag.
So what you see here is really exciting, because if this succeeds, farmers can have their own sustainable energy at a lower cost than what they have today, and it would pay back the cost of the investment in 8 years. And thank you so much for showing this to us. Looking very much forward to see what you get up to in the future. Well, I hope you enjoyed this digital tech safari into agricultural technology. Now back to the studio.